I'm Justin Apego. We're in the master bathroom in my 1915 Craftsman style house, and it's really cramped in here. This was originally a closet when this house was built. It was converted into a bathroom. But the layout that they chose when they converted it is very strange. The biggest problem is this sink, which is right in the doorway. The sink projects about halfway in, effectively making the doorway this wide instead of this wide. So you have to turn sideways to walk into the room. It's not a comfortable space at all. Eventually, I want to redo the layout of this entire room, but that's down the road. For today, I'm going to take this sink out and replace it with a pedestal sink, but I didn't get a pedestal sink. I got this. This is a cast iron sink. I got it for, can you see that? $15 at the Habitat for Humanity ReStore. I'm gonna put a new faucet set on it. If you wanna see how that is done, you can watch this other video that I already did, except I'm gonna do it before I make the pedestal for the sink, so all of this hardware is easier to get at. So I'm gonna start with that, and then I'm gonna build a pedestal for it and install the whole thing up in that little space so it's easier to move around in the bathroom. Let me get that done. The old stuff is off. Before I put the new stuff on, now I can use this oval. Now I can use this oval as a guide for my bending. But before that, I'm going to put the new hardware on. Installing the new faucet is just a matter of following the instructions. I'm going to keep it in this old milk crate just to protect everything and so that I don't crack off this protuberance. It's a little more old-fashioned, in keeping with the look of the house. Okay, I'm going to create a skeleton for the inside of the pedestal, sort of an oval pillar. So what I did is I created a jig for me to bend these pieces of steel around. These are easy to bend, but in order to get exactly the right shape, and I want 3 that are pretty much identical, I'm going to bend them around these bolts. So I'll start here and bend it around and meet this bolt, this bolt, this bolt, come back around, and then I should have an oval of steel that matches the oval that I scribed out of the sink. So let's see if that works. Okay, that's not working. The bolts are just moving out of the way because I don't have a proper workbench set up. So instead of holding the steel in place, the steel is just shoving the bolts out of the way. So that gets a weld right there. And then this one will then be my template for the other 2. Okay, between cuts, I obtained a new tool. This is the Evolution Tools Rage 2. It cuts metal, cuts wood, but I got it for cutting metal because it should be much more efficient, no sparks, cuts faster, I can gang up material. This is angle iron. These are gonna make the legs inside the pillar. I need them all to be 33 inches long. If you cut them one at a time, any variation between them will show up. If you cut them all at once, even if you cut them all wrong, they'll all be the same. I guess that's better. And then also the material, after you finish cutting it, shouldn't be hot. It doesn't heat the material up. You know, you've seen me cutting a lot with the angle grinder, and that's abrasive cutting. Basically means it's using friction to get through the material. This is actually a saw. It's cutting through just like you cut through wood. You don't burn through a piece of wood if your blade isn't dull. I played with this a bit. You're about to see my first real cuts on this in terms of using it for a project. They didn't send me this, but I'm pretty excited about it. So that's why I'm talking about it, because I think this is going to save me a lot of time. I've got a lot of metal to cut in the future projects for the house. So this was a good investment. All right. Okay, first cut. It's not even warm. I'm not gonna lie, that's really loud. But I just made all 3 cuts like that. If I was doing this with the angle grinder, I'd still be doing it. Not only that, but I wouldn't be able to work with these pieces of steel for a few minutes because they'd be too hot to touch. Yeah, that's pretty great. I have one more cut to make and then I'll have all my legs. That's pretty cool. Wow, okay, I'm happy with this thing, and now I have 4 legs of identical length, 33 inches, which is what I wanted it to be. When you're done with this, you have to chain it up because this thing is a beast. Okay, I posted some images of this on social media as it is right now. Honestly, the best response I was thinking I was going to get was, can't wait to see what it looks like when it's done. Because the plan, I had a whole other plan to finish it, but you really seemed to respond to it in its skeletal form. And it made me think, you know, I was designing my bathroom around a cabinet that I'm going to install, but I didn't make that cabinet. And I made this, and based on the positive response I got about this, I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to finish it as it is and design the bathroom around this piece, which I built. That makes more sense. So thank you for your comments and responses, and keep that happening, and maybe you can influence what my house looks like. So this needs now some grinding, and also the points up here on the ends of the angle iron need to be ground off so that the sink can sit flush with this rim. I hit it with primer in black so that all the metal is sealed. It's going in the bathroom, obviously. A wet environment. Once that dried, I hit it with high gloss, also black, and I'll let this sit here for a little while, and then I'll take it upstairs and install it. Here it is. The whole bathroom is going to be designed around this thing, and that means black and white and chrome. Beauty shot. Now look at how much room I have. I mean, I can use this doorway like a real doorway. And someone asked me if I was going to put shelves in here, and I'm not. But what I am going to do eventually, after I redo this whole wall, I have painting and stuff to do, and while all that happens, I'm going to replace all the plumbing underneath with chrome, because that'll be visible. So I hope you like the sink. I hope you liked the video. If you did like the video, then like the video, share it, and subscribe to my channel and see more of what happens with this master bathroom and the rest of my house and the other things that I build, make, and repair. So thank you, and we'll see you next time.